2 hours later.
Hey guys, all right, so today we're gonna go ahead and go into part 2 of the shop build of what it costs to build our shop. It's a scorcher today in South Texas. It's 93 degrees, a little bit breeze, but still pretty warm, so we're gonna try to stay mostly in the shop. As stated before, the shop is insulated in the roof, so it actually stays pretty nice in here. I haven't measured the temperature in here, but it's actually pretty decent. Don't mind our fat dog over there rolling in the grass. So today what we wanted to talk about was just finish up some of the things that we didn't talk about the last time in the shop. And I was trying to think, like, what did I miss? You know, what could I have you know, what did I not say that I should have said? And I guess one of the things that kind of bothered me a little bit, and it doesn't really matter in South Texas where we live, but I distinctly remember when I talked to the guy about the shop, we were going to do the vertical panels here instead of the horizontal panels. Vertical means they run up and down, horizontal means they run side to side. So when we planned it out, I swear he gave me a quote to run vertical side panels and then a vertical roof as well. That was just to make the rain, you know, whenever it rains, it makes the rain, you know, come down easier. For anybody living up north, you really want to have a vertical roof, because if it snows, you want the snow to come down. So that's kind of what you want to do, is you want to do a vertical roof, vertical walls, just to make the snow and whatever else run down. What happened with us is the guy started the paperwork, and then he says he messed up. I didn't see where he messed up, but he says he messed up, and then he tore that up, and then he wrote up a new one. And when he wrote up the new one, on the new one, he didn't put vertical anymore, he put horizontal. I didn't even pay attention to it, to be honest, you know. And then the next thing I know, they're building the shop, and now I have a vertical, now I have horizontal sidewalls, and I have you know, horizontal roof. So if you look here at the carport, you can see that the carport roof is vertical, right? So that way when it rains, you know, as I said before, the shop does have a little bit of a slope, so it allows the water to run off the end of the shop. So you know, but anyway, pay attention whenever the guy's writing up the contract. Slow down, take a deep breath, sit down, and you know, go ahead and make sure that everything is being written down the way it's supposed to be. For me, I was really excited. I was really excited to get the shop done. I didn't pay attention, and then before you know it, you know, we ended up with the horizontal sidewalls and the horizontal roof. So anyway, that's a bit of advice I can give you whenever you're doing that. Next thing I guess we can talk about, a lot of people were questioning, we're asking, what about the electricity? Well, you know, what did you run for electricity? So for electricity, you know, it came all underground. We ran the conduit from over there from the meter. We did this before the concrete was laid. All the conduit ran over here. We came into the shop right there, and then we came into the breaker panel here. The first guy that did it obviously didn't put the cable in conduit like he was supposed to. I am having all this redone. I already had part of it redone. I had another guy come in, and he did the exterior lights out here. We put some LED lights from Walmart. They were like 20 bucks, but they're super bright at night. So this guy ran all the conduit correctly, and then he ran a box for me over there by the fence, by the gate where we're going to put the electric gate motor. So you know, what did I pay for that? I want to say, I don't know, 500 bucks I think is what I paid the guy to do all that, to do the electrical. So you know, whatever, it works. There's not a there's not a lot of I don't run 220 in the shop. You know, everything's LED, everything's low power, so it's not a big deal. I'm not a welder, so you know, I didn't feel like running 220. But moving on, so let's talk about the lift, right? Some people have asked me about the lift, right? So the lift is a rotary 8,000 pound unit. Locally in my town, I couldn't find anyone to get me a lift. Later on, coming to find out, apparently you can order them from Napa, you can order them from O'Reilly Auto Parts. But at the time, everybody said, well, we can order it, but then you got to come pick it up, and then you got to get it delivered, and then you have to set it up. And I'm just not, you know, I'm not set up for that. You know, I'm not ready for that. So I just basically, you know, found a local friend that worked for a company. They work mostly in fuel pumps and things like that. But he says, hey man, I can get you a lift. I said, well, okay, yeah, let's do that. So you know, I'm gonna tell you what I paid. Personally, I overpaid, but you know, I paid $4,000 for the lift. But that included delivery and that included installation, right? The lift itself, they range anywhere from $2,200 to $2,600, around there's what I've seen them for. The rest of the money that I paid was all for the delivery, and then the installation of the lift, and then a warranty. If anything goes wrong with it, I just call the local place here. I call my buddy's business, and then they'll come over here and check it out for me, replace anything that I need. It is a 110, as you guys saw in the intro, how long it takes to come up. It averages about 2 minutes, right, from top to bottom. So if you had 220 power, you'd probably be at about a minute, right? So again, that's the only difference between having a 110 lift versus a 220 lift. It's the only difference is that it's going to take a little bit longer for it to come up to full lift. So for me, I don't really care. It's just used for storage of the cars. Once in a while, you know, we may do an oil change, things like that. My boy may change a converter out, torque converter out, whatever, on a car. So we don't use it, you know, continuously. So you know, wherever, you know, 2 minutes that I gotta wait for it to come up to full lift, it doesn't really bother me, so I'm okay with that. So talking about outside in the carport, you guys saw the mess out here. My son decided that he was gonna swap the motor out in our station wagon. This was our parts chaser station wagon. Basically took the small block Chevy out of it, a little 350 Chevy 4-bolt main out of it, took the tunnel ram off of it, and I believe he's putting a 400, a 408 or something like that in it now. So we're waiting on parts to come in. He did list this tunnel ram for sale. It already sold, from what I understand. It is sold. It's a really good unit. We bought it at a swap meet some years back. We went through it. We went through the carburetors, cleaned them up, and man, I'm gonna tell you, it ran surprisingly well in a stock engine. So but anyway, that's sold already, and then we're gonna be ordering some more parts, so to get the wagon back on the road. And again, this is basically our parts chaser. It's our swap meet car that we take out to swap meets. It's really cool. You know, at one point we were gonna do an LS swap. You know, budget wise, I mean, right now we're just gonna do the 408. He's doing a new torque converter. The wagon does have a Grand National, Buick Regal Grand National rear end in it, with 410s. It's got a turbo 400 that we're gonna send off and get freshened up before we put the 408 in. So that's what he's working on. That's why we have a little bit of a mess out here. That's pretty much it. You know, if you want to run, like for example, we run our TV and it runs off of Wi-Fi. What I did is I went down to Best Buy, And we got this booster, this little booster here, little booster from Netgear, and it's pretty cool. Basically what it does is you plug it into a wall outlet near your shop, and then what you do is that creates another network, right? And then the TV logs into that booster, and that's it. Nothing else logs into it, only the television, right? And it picks up the signal from in the house. So the signal from the house comes here, it creates its own network, and then from here it goes to the television. So when I'm out here in the shop, I can run my TV, we can watch music videos, or we can watch, you know, other channels, Cletus McFarlane and all these other channels that we watch. And then you know, it connects really easy. Sometimes if we're out here hanging out, we'll put on Netflix or whatever, you know. So I think tonight the wife wants to do a little cookout, so we might burn some meat or something out here tonight. So that's it. I mean, if you guys have any other questions, lights in here, I mean, I went down to Home Depot, bought some LED lights. They're supposed to last forever. As you can see, this one here is out. That thing literally went out within like 2 weeks of me installing it. So that sucks. So we got to get that replaced. And then of course I got a guy coming and doing the conduit on all the electrical to make sure it's safe. If I missed anything, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, you know, and let me know what else you'd like to know. I think for me, I think the important stuff was more the vertical panel versus the horizontal panel. And also, you know, don't skimp on the insulation on the roof. It doesn't cost much extra to get it done. It makes a huge difference in the shop. Like I said, it's 93 degrees outside. It's probably in the 80s here in the shop. It's nice and comfortable. You can actually hang out in here. And of course, you know, the height helps a lot. It's like 14 feet up, right? So, you know, that helps a lot as well. So again, just wanted to give you guys an update. Again, you know, sorry about the mess in here. Like I said, it is a shop that, you know, my kid uses to work on cars. For me, it's just my stuff, my Chevelle. And then of course you guys saw the 78 Bandit Trans Am in the intro. There's another video coming on that. I'm just kind of working on it, you know, making sure how I'm gonna word it, but we'll talk more about that. So stay tuned for the update on the Bandit 78 Pontiac Trans Am that's on the lift. So thanks again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Again, any questions that you guys have, let me know. You know, leave it in the comments and I'll make sure to answer the questions as best as I can. All right. Thanks for watching.